Can you give us your name and your grade?
My name is Katie Wood, and I'm a senior.
Erin Washington, and I'm a senior.
I'm Laura Minio, junior.
I'm Evan Williams. I am a senior.
Ella Howard, 12th grade.
I'm Nix, and I'm in 12th grade.
I'm Elliot Carrion. I'm a sophomore.
My name is Aaron Lee, and I'm currently a senior.
So what's your role?
My name in the show is Maggie O'Leary.
So what time period is this?
1936.
So how do you feel like you had to prepare to get into this role?
I think that I had to do a lot of digging into the culture of the time period, especially since the 1930s was a big time for women, as they are very small thinking, and I don't think that's a word, but
It can be a word if you want it to be.
It's a very vibrant time where everything is thought to be very quick-paced and very pristine.
Right.
And my character's a maid, so she is not in the upper class, but I think she's pretending to be in the upper class.
Are you in the show, or are you backstage, crew? Like, what's going on?
I have an interesting role. I'm actually publicity for the Theater Centreville and the ITS board, so I'm technically backstage, but I'm not crew.
How long have you been in theater?
I've been in theater since 5th grade.
5th grade?
Yeah.
Wow. So why did, not to say why, but again, what draws you to theater specifically?
I always loved performing. I think there's this high you get when you perform. And it's just always fun to play different people, different characters.
So how do you find yourself stepping into a new role if you need to adjust an attitude or an expression? How do you do that?
I watch films, I watch recorded musicals. I try and get my ideas from different people playing different characters.
So how do you feel about the atmosphere of this show specifically?
I think there's a good cast and crew mix. People are always laughing, people are having fun, and there's good stage relationships on stage.
You're a junior. Oh my god. Okay, so when did you join theater?
Sophomore year.
You joined last year. Okay, so how do you feel it's changed your high school life?
Oh, I came here at the beginning of my sophomore year, and it was just it was a complete game changer. Almost all my friends are in the theater department now,
right.
So it really kind of, I don't know, it put me out there and was able to, make friends.
Yeah. So what's your role here? Are you part of the crew, part of the cast, part of the wardrobe? Because I love this outfit.
Thank you. I'm the head tech, and I'm the co-head of the costumes department.
So what does that entail?
So for head tech, I just kind of manage all of the technical departments, make sure that everything's getting done and everybody has what they need. Mm-hmm. And then for costumes, I just I design and pull all of the costumes that they wear on stage.
Right. So you being a junior, how do I phrase this? Most of the people here, I'm not gonna say most because I'm not really sure, but most of the people that we've talked to are seniors. How do you feel it's gonna be once they're gone?
It's daunting, and it was really daunting last year too, to kind of wonder how the department's gonna change and what it's gonna be like. But I think at the end of the day, we also have some really amazing underclassmen that came in this year, and I think that after they leave, they're really gonna step it up. And once I'm gone, I have full confidence in them.
Right. So what's your role here today?
I'm Charlie, who he has a brother in the A scene, which is the 1940s scene, and he and his brother are about to go off to World War II, and they're about to be shipped out to Europe.
So how'd you prepare for this role?
I had to think about how the character is feeling in this situation, sort of empathize with what's going on with the character. I had to look through my script a lot to try and get memorization down, which is kind of a process, especially when we have scenes like these, which is one very long one, and not say you're in for one section and then you're in for another one,
right.
But you have a long break in between. It's all just one scene and you're out for that.
So how long have you been in theater?
I've been doing theater all 4 years at Centreville High School, and I've been doing it since elementary school.
What grade?
5th.
So you've been doing this a while.
Yes.
Do you ever get used to going on stage, or are you still in that
I'm very used to going on stage. It doesn't faze me at all.
Really? So do you feel like that's where you belong?
Yeah, I enjoy spending time on stage. It's really fun to, put on a scene and then hear the audience reaction to it when they're laughing at all the right moments and such.
What's your position here tonight?
So I am an actor, and I'm on running crew, and I'm also the vice president of the International Thespian Honor Society.
What's running crew? Can you explain that?
So basically, we're responsible for putting on props and doing set changes, and we just basically run around and make sure all the actors are doing all right,
So you're actually running around.
Yeah.
Damn. So is that difficult because you're also an actor, or do you find it a good balance?
In this play, it's a good balance because we only have one scene each for every actor, so this show gives us an opportunity to do that. So usually we wouldn't be able to because we're going on and off stage, but for this we can do both.
So what's your role here tonight?
I am a running crew, and I'm also Julian, the younger sibling in scene 1.
Okay, can you explain to us what the show is about?
This show is about pairs of siblings throughout the decades, different ways siblings fight and interacted through the years.
So going into this role, did you have to basically, accompany this with something that's happened in your own life, or is it just you stepping into a new role?
It's like stepping into a new role, completely embodying your character while you're on stage, and just really getting into character so you're able to fully embrace.
So how do you feel about the community of the theater here at Centreville?
Everyone's really kind and welcoming, very it's very community oriented, very tight knit. It's a very lovely place.
So what's with this getup?
My character, essentially, I went on American Idol in a clown costume to make myself stand out. It did not go well.
All right. So how do you feel about the community here in Centreville's theater?
I love the community. It's a great community. Everyone's so sweet, everyone's so supportive, and everyone's so talented. I love it.
How long have you been in theater?
I started doing theater last year, actually being in shows. I was in A Christmas Carol and Trap. This is my 3rd show.
Really? Mm-hmm. So what's your role here tonight?
I'm the stage manager for the show.
You're the stage manager? Mm-hmm. So what does the stage manager do?
So during the show production process, we usually take blocking notes, so making notes of where actors are moving and what they need to do in their scenes. And then during the actual show, we have to put together a prompt book, which is basically keeping track of all the cues that happen in the show tech-wise, and then call those during the show. So for example, if lights need to go up, I would call a light standby cue and then a light go cue.
So you're doing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of in control.
Pretty much,
So
yeah.
how does that feel walking around with that hat on?
It's kind of a lot. It's you constantly feel like you have to be doing something, since in most cases you would be waiting on directions, but since you're the one who is giving the directions, you gotta constantly be on it and thinking it and being proactive and stuff like that.
When you were first given this role as stage manager, did you feel like you had to step into a new personality in order to fulfill this job?
I think a little bit, yeah. I've always had a sort of leadership quality to me, so it wasn't entirely unnatural, but it definitely wasn't what I was used to within theater. I was used to being a follower.
Right. How long have you been in theater?
I've been in theater since I was my first theater experience, I guess would technically count when I was 8. So
wow.
I've been doing it for a long time.
A while, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel the connection is with the theater in Centreville?
I would say it's a really strong connection. Honestly, it's the thing that keeps me going here, and it's what makes it so fun. Everyone just gets along really well, and I love all of my crew members and many of the cast members as well. So I would say it's one of the best parts of it. It's great.
Can you tell us what role you're playing tonight?
I am playing in the scene 1955, and I'm playing as Richard.
So can you tell us a little bit about your character?
So my character, who is 14 years old, is pretending to be a greaser because he wants to ask someone out to prom.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So is this reflecting of your life a little bit? No, nothing at all.
Do you see this? This is a drawn on cyber.
You want to show the camera that? Show the camera.
Do you think I'm gonna do something like this?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I
would
don't know
not.
what you're gonna do.
I would not.
So how'd you prepare for this role?
How do I prepare for this role?
Yeah.
I don't.
You're just winging it?
Yeah, I just wing it most of the time. And also, the character is a little bit awkward anyway, so I'm just trying to sometimes naturally stutter with certain things I'm trying to say.
So, I know you've talked to me about this before. This is your first year in theater.
Yes.
So, how do you feel you had to adjust after pushing yourself to be in this?
Honestly, I don't feel like I needed to push myself. I feel like after the auditions and I finally got to know some of the people that I'm working with, it feels great. All these people are wonderful to work with. They've been a treat to watch perform, and they've been so supportive of everyone else. And I'm honestly fine with performing out, even though this is my first time doing it.
Right. Can you tell us your name and your position here tonight?
My name is Patrick McGee. I am the theater arts director.
How long have you been teaching theater?
I've been teaching theater for the last 12 years, but at Centreville, this is my actually very first year at Centreville High School, so only a couple of months.
So what drew you to theater specifically?
I think it's about, personally, I'm actually a very introverted person, so like when I go home, I like to just read a book, turn on the TV, sit on the couch, but it's about kind of being able to put on another character and kind of live that journey and put that energy out on stage, and that's kind of what kind of drew me to the theater world.
Right. Can you tell us a little bit about the show?
Yeah, I wrote in my director's notes, it's interesting, I grew up as an only child, but this is a play about siblings, so it takes place in 2016 in a living room, and then it goes through the decades. So it goes from 2010 to the 90s, to the 80s, to the 70s. And it's all about in the same living room, but it's about siblings and how we always get along, or we probably don't always get along. But at the heart of it, it's about family. And for me, even I'm being an only child, you find family and the connections. And I found my love of theater in my theater family. So I wanted to have that be part of this opening season, and also have the Centreville community feel that sense of community and family.
Right. So is there anything you want to say to your senior actors or senior crew?
Yeah, I just want them to remember this moment, and my goal this year and always as a teacher, as a theater maker, as an artist, is just to create and spark a love and joy of theater, and just remember why we do what we do. It's called a play for a reason, and we want to have fun and play on stage.
Well, thank you so much for doing this. We're so excited to watch the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Theater is not weird.
Perfect.
It's actually good.
Perfect. Thank you so much.